Hey, this is the analysis of Nathaniel here. Making a video note. I'm talking about binge playing. So binge playing video games are sometimes they're certain games they'll work better for. Other games not so much. If you guys are watching this, you guys know the basics, right? Subscribe, share the video, like the video. Subscribe watermark just right down here, folks. So press on that subscribe watermark if you're not subscribed. So please. And yeah, so binge playing games binge playing games can really help. Like let's say, like, if you get a game that you always are really wanting to play, or get that one game that just came out and like you want to play. Like, for example, I remember Spider-Man PS4. For example, when I first got that game, I played the hell through it. I played like 5 hours straight of it. And again, binge playing, that's what it is. You're playing the game continuously without stopping, or longer, for a longer periods of time. For the really immersive, experiences like Red Dead 2, a GTA 5, for example, or a Skyrim, the binge playing really, really works because the world feels so real. Like, it puts you like in the world. It makes you feel like it's so real. Like, everything, like, in the world, the characters you meet, the animals, the environment, the world building, it feels so real. So, like, you want to binge play to see more of the world. I can't wait to see more of what this world has to offer. So, binge playing really helps for that. Like, it's really good for that. And yeah, but again, like, when you binge play games, you kind of miss out on other games. Like I like to play many games at once, or like during a weekly period or whatever. Like, for example, like, I'll play some sort of an open world game, a racing game, action adventure, or a linear experience, or some sort of arcade. So like, you really want to mix it up. So binge playing makes it harder to mix up, like, to go from one game to the next, because and again, it's fatigue. It's fatiguing kind of binge playing certain games. Like, for example, I don't have it here, but Crash Bandicoot, that is a harder game to binge play because of the difficulty spiking. It's a very hard game. It's a really, really hard game. Crash, especially Crash 4. If you ever played, I played halfway through Crash 4. I couldn't play anymore because it's really hard. It's very, very, very hard. You're dying a lot. And that whole thing takes you out of the experience of the game. So you're less likely to binge play. You're less likely to play the game continuously. So yeah, fatiguing. Can be fatiguing, or even like with a Red Dead 2, or back here, Metal Gear Solid 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 had the problem with, there is that whole thing where repetitive side missions. The side missions do tend to get repetitive, and you need to do side missions for extra GDP and resources, and capturing enemy vehicles, tanks, and all that. So, but the binge playing, like that, like those repetitive side missions, they are part of the binge playing. Like, if you want to binge play the game, you're gonna naturally need to do the side missions. Red Dead 2 does have that, although it is fun to binge play, but it does have that problem where it's a Western tone cowboy type story, and early on in the game, like prologue, like very early on, it's gonna be hard to get through that prologue because it's slow paced gameplay. You're mostly walking. The gameplay it limits you. You're mostly walking through. No, you guys are in the snow area, right? You're walking through the snow area, and there's a lot of cutscene, very cutscene and dialogue heavy. So you're gonna feel kind of limited, held back the gameplay. The whole, like, the game holds you back gameplay wise, so you can't do much. And yeah, but after that, after the game opens up and there's an open world, it is very easy to binge play. It is very, like, it's very immersive. Like, we're probably the realest, such a real, like, a very real world, like an actual real world they made in this game. Now, again, I don't really binge play games often, because again, I find I love to play many games at once. Like, I'm not just focusing like on one game, and especially some of the games I have, they're really long. There, like if I'm like I'm talking campaign wise, there's one game, Spider-Man PS no, what's the game I was talking about again? What was I talking about? God of War 1 and God of War 2, the original, like the 2005 and 2007. They're like 11-hour campaigns and story modes, and it's hard to binge play something like that, because you might think you're binge playing at the game to finish the game, but by the it's gonna come to a certain time where, like, whoa, I got so far in the game. When is it gonna end? And these are long games, so by the time you think you're near the end, there's another hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. There's another chapter, and yeah, so that alone is why binge playing can be hard and difficult. And I best to look at walkthroughs too, to see like how long a certain game is. I remember Skyrim, like Skyrim for example, it's one of the longest games out there. Like you can put like 90 hours in the game and still have lots to do. Like I have around 45 to 50 hours in the gameplay time, and like on my first playthrough only. That's just my first playthrough, and it's like woo, so expensive. So binge playing, like playing 5 hours of this a day, and like that's just small scale. Like you're just touching the surface like of the game, compared to like I even see people put like hundreds and hundreds of hours into this game, because it's like one of the biggest games ever made. Like expansive, and there's a quest thing in the game. It's huge scale game. So yeah. And with binge playing games, I find well, obviously life gets in the way, So whether you have work, a business, or school, it's hard to binge play because you have all these barriers in the way, right? And there are times when, man, like I really want to play this game. I really do. I wanna replay a game, but it's like I can't, because the schedule doesn't do limits limits your gameplay, how much you can play, So yeah. So yeah, this is a video about binge playing. So again, points I brought up again. Sometimes it can be fatiguing. It does work for some games, and other games too. Other games too as well. The difficulty can get in the way. You'll die over and over and over again. You're less likely to binge play. And obviously, a life gets in the way for binge playing games. And like another quick point too, I find easier games that are easier, like MotorStorm. They are easier to binge play because you can progress quickly and not have to stop and die. You're not dying as much, so you are getting through the game quickly, and you feel like you're making more progress in these easier games. Whereas harder games, you're dying a lot more and you gotta redo sections. So yeah, that's it. Binge playing games, please, you guys know, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna do a ranking binge playing. So I'm gonna rank games that are easier to binge play, from hardest to binge play to easiest, in like a PS3, like a top 20 or 15 list quickly. PS3, PS4 collection. Thanks for watching.